Okay, Bram back with some Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts in version 1.08.2 live. And this is the Austria-Hungary campaign that we started in 1910, and we're now into the middle of 1916. In the last episode, in June 1916, haven't advanced a month yet, war has erupted between Austria-Hungary and France. War also occurred between France and Italy at the same time. We're not allied with Italy. France basically has two completely independent wars going on. And so up here in the upper left, the France versus Italy war is reflected, apparently with VP carried over from their previous war. Yeah, this cannot have occurred by now. And our war is still 0 versus 0 because we have not started. Okay, so I'm basically surging not all, but a big portion of the Austro-Hungarian Navy to sea, primarily in the Western Med. I've got 6 total destroyer squadrons, one for every port except there weren't any at Bizerta. But the Desrons in all of the other ports have sortied to sea. We have 3 squadrons of the new Lika class destroyers in the West Med. They're going out. They're just going out this turn under sea control. I don't have to wait for that, do I? Can I change? Yeah, I can change the. Let me finish. So all our destroyers are going out. 3 squadrons in the West Med, 3 squadrons in the East Med. My idea is that the East Med, the destroyer squadrons, I'm going to put them on protect mode, escorting our transports. That kind of feels like what one ought to do. I don't know if that's really the best move or not in game mechanics. I am also, we have a pair of battlecruisers at Tunis. They're going out to sea. I've got a pair of battlecruisers coming from one of our ports over here. There's a lot of green lines. They're coming over into the West Med. And then I've created a task force with our 2 battleships, which were not completed in time to participate in the last war. But I've put together the 2 battleships, Crown Prince Rudolph and Tegetov. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And I gave them an escort of 4 of the cruisers. I didn't even look to see if they were Linz or Zara class. It doesn't really matter. The Linz and the Zaras are almost identical. And they are coming over into the West Med. So I'm going to put the destroyers on protect. I'm going to put the battlecruiser pairs on invade. The idea being that they're kind of operating as a commerce raider task force. And I'm just going to keep the battleship task force on sea control. That does leave 1 pair of battlecruisers and most of our heavy cruisers still remaining in port in Austria-Hungary. And can I change their... Yeah, okay. I was thinking I needed to wait for them to get to sea to change their role. They don't need to. Yeah. Battlecruisers, invade. Okay, destroyers. We're going to go protect. Destroyers, protect. Destroyers, protect. Somewhere in here, I don't know if I can mouse over it. There's also a task force with the battleships in it. They're just covered up by one of the destroyer. Yeah. I was going to leave them on sea control anyway. Okay. BCs. Invade. Did that one already. There's also a... I think there's a battlecruiser squadron coming over here too. From here... that I can't mouse over because it's covered up by some destroyers. And then I need to put these destroyers. There's some destroyers here that I can't do anything with. Destroyers protect, and destroyers protect. So what the ships on protect should do is limit the amount of transport losses and the monthly abstracted transport losses. At least that's what I think they're going to do. And they'll also probably generate some convoy protection battles, I would imagine. I'm not 100% sure, but that seems reasonable to expect. Now, we did not lose any transports in the last war, because France did not have a presence in the East Med, I assume is the reason why. So I'm not 100% sure I need to put these DDs to sea and put them in protect mode in the East Med. However, we have ports in the West Med, a presence now. I assume that means that that will generate Austro-Hungarian transport presence in the West Med as well. So we do need to protect those. Okay, so we've got the fleet going to sea, and let's proceed to July 1916 and see what happens in the opening month of the Second Franco-Austrian War. Okay, well, Britain didn't... Oh, wait, no, that's France. Okay, so they completely zeroed out. Happy in the North Atlantic, unhappy in the West Med, 5.6 either way, so zero change in the needle between Britain and France. Okay. Italy wants to become an ally, and I don't think we want to be an ally. Why? Because eventually I want to fight Italy. Why? Because I want Sardinian ports too. Possibly Sicilian. Okay, well, Britain appears to like what we're doing. This isn't a choice, it's just +7. And I have -7 relations, apparently, with a non-existent power. Okay. Clash of Fleets. Alright. So here we go. Our destroyers are going up against a French battlecruiser and 3 heavy cruisers. I kind of suspect this may be a new... I don't know if this is the same battlecruiser they had before. The Tigre class. Let's have a look here. 30 knots. That's a pretty fast battlecruiser. .11-inch guns. That's actually a pretty interesting design. The AI likes to create ships that have a main armament of 11, 12, 13, whatever, and then a few turrets of like really big secondaries, right? like, 9-inch, 8-inch, 7-inch. The auto design didn't do that on this ship. That looks, they've got a lot of secondaries, but they're small. And then 4 twin mounts of 11-inch gun, depending on how they're arranged, if they're center line super firing, that might be a decent ship. We'll have a look here in a moment. And what do they got? Okay, that looks to be a fairly lightly armed heavy cruiser in relation to other heavy cruisers. That might be actually fairly strong against destroyers. Oh, these are the Baltons. This is in the East Med. I can't zoom out or move the map to tell exactly where it is, but I didn't put these guys in the West Med. So I guess it must be up here off the edge of the... I don't know. In any case, in we go. Okay, let's just get everybody... No, let's keep 2 independent. Lines of 3 apiece. I think I'm okay with that. And where's the smoke? Northwest? Oops. Okay, we seem to be pretty much heading toward them. .9's opening up. Okay, let's have a short look here and see, are we engaging the... These look like the heavy cruisers. Nope. That's the battlecruiser there. And I think those would be... Yeah. That's the heavy cruiser. This is our quarry. Okay. Let's slow this down a little bit. Let's go ahead and smoke up. The Battlecruiser is already taking a little bit of damage from the 3.9s. Ideally, we can get these destroyers in here in kind of a hammer and anvil sort of a thing, where no matter which way the Battlecruiser turns, that's the idea. Of course, it's going to turn away, and we're going to turn away, and we'll probably get into a tail chase. Just make sure that torpedoes are all designated on the Battlecruiser, that the AI doesn't shift to any of the heavies. Okay, this division over here is just going to ignore the heavy cruisers. We're just going to pile on in toward the BC. Okay, smoke up, smoke up. There you go. kind of liking how this geometry is starting to look. I want to get a little bit closer. Oh. I thought I had turned all the torpedoes off. Well, that looks like a pretty good geometry. Let's put the torpedoes on save. That was the wrong move. D11's about to take a torp. You know what? Go ahead and fire. D7 apparently needs to detach. Otherwise it's going to hit that. Don't want that. It's actually too close to shoot torpedoes, I think. D7 turned around. There goes some torpedoes. Those look good. Looks like they're running pretty true. Ammo dead. That doesn't bode well for Tigray. I guess I should pay attention. There goes Tigray. Oh, she's flash fires galore there. Okay. Meanwhile, I don't know if we sank those with gun. Well, yeah, these destroyers are torpedoes off. We sank those 2 heavy cruisers there with gunfire, I think. Okay, let's try to impose some order here on this chaos. Destroyers back this way. Destroyers back this way. We've got D10 and a continuous turn. Let me just go like that. I want to turn off all the torpedoes just because I don't want to torpedo myself. Okay, let's let that percolate a little bit. We'll come over this way so you don't run into D11. Oops. Didn't want that. Saigon. Extensive fire. So I wasn't paying as much attention to the cruiser side. I think that these destroyers sank all 3 heavy cruisers with gunfire alone, I think. Yeah, I don't think these 3 destroyers ever fired torpedoes on heavy cruisers. 36% main gun accuracy, 60% main gun accuracy, 36%. Pretty happy with the performance of all the destroyers we've built. In general, my sense is that from a gunfire perspective, destroyers are stronger than they used to be. Yeah, you know, that's actually true of all the ships. Gunfire seems stronger to me than it was, you know, 6-7 months ago in this game. Right. So things didn't go well for France there in the opening salvo. And we've got light and medium damage to some Ballotons. It's fine. And we have another such battle. I think that's going to be this one here, also in the East Med. And we've got 6 Pandors against a whole bunch of... Goodness gracious. Now wait a minute. I am not... Maybe they don't show on the map because they're actually in battle and they're all right here. Alright, not gonna lie. That's too much. This smells like 6 sunk Pandors. And if I knew for a fact that they would be able to get in and take out that battleship, I might, but I don't know. I don't know. That's a bit much. I think the right move is to withdraw here. Okay. Yeah, see, so shouldn't that enormous French task force, which had to be in the East Med because they were fighting Pandors, shouldn't that be visible on the map? Anyway, this will be the combat debut of the Lika class destroyer against a lone heavy cruiser. And I am going to attempt to sink this heavy cruiser with gunfire alone. I'm going to turn off torps and I'm not going to use torps because I want to see these 4.9-inch guns on the Likas in action. Let's go. Okay. divisions are pretty close together. Smoke to the north, so, well, tell you what. Let's use our little AI trick there. There we go. Some distance away, it appears. Keep them from converging there. Right, fight's on. Smoke up. I forgot to turn the torpedoes off. Dud. Boom. Extensive fire. Yeah. Yeah, the ones in the front obviously would have had higher accuracy just because they were closer. Guys in the back, not so much. No damage received. Never even landed a hit. 0% accuracy on mains or secondaries for the Shanzi. 0 damage dealt. Italians lose some transports. That leaves one kind of discretionary and saying, oh my gosh. Shooting fish in a barrel. Oh, you know what? Let's ignore the light cruiser. If we go to sink the light cruiser, we just sink the light cruiser. And the battle will end. I want to see these guys tear up 18 transports. Which I hope counts. There was a time early in the campaign, months ago, when you could sink transports in tactical battles, but they didn't seem to be reflected in the actual transport losses affecting GDP. I hope that's been corrected. At very least, we may actually get more VP from doing that. So what I'm going to do is, I assume that the first ship we're going to see is the light cruiser. I am going to turn guns off, because I don't want to sink the light cruiser. Let's turn the torpedoes off too. Oh, we're in this damn screen mode. No, no, steady up. Shit. Oh, this is going to be a mess. Here. Don't hit! Nope. Smoke up. Don't want you. Not yet. Whoops. Ooh, that was close. Okay, that sounds like collision noises, and I don't think that's us. I think those are transports running into each other. He came from this way. So let's head on over this way. Blew right past the defense, headed toward what I hope are going to be transports over here. Smoke up. There we go. Batteries released. Slow to cruise. Improve our accuracy a little bit. I don't think these transports are shooting back. Sometimes they're armed, sometimes they're not. Division 2, batteries released. I'll slow that down to 1x just to get a feel for, kind of a real-time feel for the, oh my god. I like these destroyers. Alright, let's go ahead and slow Div 2 down to cruise. It says only 39% achieved. It looks like we're a lot closer than 39% achieved. There's only 3 left. Although there were 18. There were 18. So there's still some that haven't been spotted yet. Where's that cruiser? Not even in sight anymore. So this is one of the destroyer squadrons in the West Med, which I put on protect. Well, it's a destroyer squadron. I put all the Desrons on protect. Yet this is a convoy attack battle. So I don't know that those roles are really linked to battle generation. They may just only affect the monthly transport losses in that sea region. Oh goodness. How about now? 72% achieved. Okay. Looks like maybe there's some over this way. That guy just got spotted. Strasbourg. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That should be the last guy right there. There we go. Okay, all right. Hey, Mr. Cruiser. Oh, no. In battle? I don't think so. Yeah. This division kind of needs to negotiate their way back through all the flaming hulks. Let's get D11. Let's get this division turned back around. Let's speed this division up. Oh, there he is. Okay. Slow Div 1 back down. Nope, she has just fired torpedoes at somebody. Who's the most, almost certainly over this way. Let's just put torpedo avoidance on for this division. See how the AI does in avoiding torpedoes. If I recall, when they first introduced this, it actually works pretty well at avoiding torpedoes. Oops. It's not going to work for the division leader, though. Let's try to comb the torpedoes. Speed up. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, they're turning away, okay. And those torps are avoided. I'm going to turn it back off. That's a lot of fires raging in Georges Legout. I don't know. Leguez? Lay? I don't know. Where are her torpedo tubes? Port and starboard, no fore and aft. Okay. I'll tell you what, let's have these guys head over this way, maintain some distance. And let's have D10 plot that, well, as soon as those torpedoes are reloaded, D12 is kind of... I'm trying to stay off her stern here and not... Because there's... Even though she's showing as reloading, there are loaded torpedoes on... Should be some loaded torpedoes on her starboard side, so let's not go over there. Not close, anyway. There we go. Sense of fire. Well, that was a pretty sizable convoy wreck there. Another 1,000 victory points. I would have thought we would have gotten a little bit more VP for that. For 18 transports. Damage received 0. Damage dealt by the light cruiser 0. Main gun accuracy all over the place on our destroyers. That's because you could see how they were fishtailing a whole lot in the rear. It's just, I don't know a way to fix that other than just breaking it out and making every ship maneuver independently. Which I do sometimes if I've got like a 2 capital ship, you know, like 2 BBs or 2 BCs, where it's pretty easy to keep track of them. With 6 ships, though, it's kind of a mess. And that's just, but in division, they don't really maintain station very well. What? Only 183 VP from 18, so about 10 VP apiece. In the earlier war, which was an earlier version of the game, it was in 1.06 live, or it was before. There have been a couple updates since, but in the earlier war, we were getting a lot more VP for transports. I wonder if it's like a percentage, right? There's X amount of VP across all transports, no matter how few or many there are. And so each, if there's tons and tons of transports, then each individual transport is less VP. Because the economies have grown. I don't know. I was kind of thinking I was going to get more VP for those transports. Huh. Well, there you have it. Opening month. How many ships are actually in repair? There's one Balaton that pulled back into Kataro. And the rest of his task force did not return to port with him. Just send in the one. Interesting. And that's it. None others even took. Nope. Here's one Lika. It's got a little bit of damage. Okay, so that's interesting. The Desron of Balatons all engaged. One takes some damage, but the rest stay at sea. This Lika squadron are in battle. One takes some damage, is in port repairing, but all of his squadron came in with him and are back in Tunis. Huh. That might be because they're in different modes. These guys were in Protect, whereas this squadron was in Sea Control because it was hidden under another task force and I couldn't click them to change their mode. Oh, let's make sure we click the Add Crew. In any case, there you have it. The opening month of the war had quite a few battles there. Destroyers saw tons of action. Matter of fact, I don't think we had anything fight except for destroyers, did we? And things have not gone well for the French Navy. Hopefully that trend continues. I think that will do for this episode. If you like what we're doing, if you like the content, then leave a like, leave a comment. Maybe even subscribe if that strikes your fancy. If you're new to the channel, the series, and want to see other episodes in this series that you may not have seen yet, I'm linking the playlist here. At any rate, thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate it.